Alright guys, what is up? So, finally doing it. I've been thinking about starting this for a while now. I used to do this, but it was kind of like an all sports type thing. We talked about wrestling a little bit, but it was never really just wrestling, and now we're doing it. Just wrestling. Now, when we did it, which is the podcast, it didn't do much views. Now, we got more subscribers, we're getting more traffic into this channel, so my thing is, I want to try it back up again, so here we go. Epic Mike's Epic Podcast, number 1. So, first off, we've got to start off by talking about these new logos. First off, Raw's logo. They did not try that much. It looks like they just saw one font and just put a line under it. Like, they just didn't try. There's no way that they literally tried with that. That is so bad. Oh my gosh. Now, SmackDown, a lot of people saying they're copy TNA, but I didn't see how they copied TNA that much. Now, I guess the font is kind of the same, but to me it don't look like. Does it look anything alike to you? Now, the people who say that it looks like, okay, I mean, as they see it, but I honestly don't really see too much of it. Let's see. So that's what I want to get out of the way first. Was these freaking logos that they had. What the hell were they doing? But yeah, the Raw one is so bad. They didn't try. They just woke up and just threw something together real quick. Alright, let's move on from the logos. And I didn't know how I was going to do this. I don't know if I was just going to go from different wrestling topics, different wrestling companies, but I want to talk about the brand split. Now, after the video I did Tuesday night, I said I wanted to do a video on the complete rosters for Raw and SmackDown, and kind of go over them and tell you what I thought. Now, like I said, that I thought, like, after the first 6 draft picks, I was like, SmackDown's got this. They got the better brand. That's not true after that. After the 6th pick, there's so many people that I like and that went to Raw. I was just like, you know what, Raw's finally got them. But the NXT superstars that went were Finn Balor, American Alpha, Nia Jax. Let's see here. Alexa Bliss and Mojo Rawley. Not Bailey, not anybody really I thought besides Finn Balor. I thought they were gonna call I thought they were gonna do American Alpha. I figured they were gonna call them up. I thought we were gonna see Bailey, a lot more people, but we really didn't. That shocked me. Where was all them people that they said was supposed to be coming back? Every fucking WWE fanboy, oh, they're coming back. Oh, they're coming back. Now, the rumors have picked up that MVP is for sure coming back. I think he is. I think MVP comes back. He's a perfect fit for SmackDown. I just really, really see that happening. Now, Shelton Benjamin, I don't know. I thought he was with New Japan. Kurt Hawkins, they're saying now might be coming back. I don't know. He does a whole thing with Graham, but I'm going to talk about now my favorite pick from each Raw and SmackDown. So my favorite pick from Raw, which was probably Finn Balor. You know, I didn't think they were going to pick him that early. He went early. He went number 2 for Raw. Now Raw's number 1 pick was no, he wasn't. He didn't go number 2. I don't know what he went like 2 or 3, but number 1 for Raw was Seth Rollins. Now for SmackDown was Dean Ambrose. I did not think they were going to get Dean Ambrose. Let's be honest here, but they somehow drafted Dean Ambrose with the WWE Championship. Now, does that mean he's going to keep the WWE Championship? Who knows? Because Battleground is coming up, and we'll talk about Battleground more in a couple minutes. So, the announced teams have happened, I guess you could say. No more The King and Booker T. Why not? That sucks. They said they'll just be pre-show panelists, but I don't really like that. We got David Otunga called up. He'll be on Raw with Mauro Ranallo and JBL. Man, why would you put JBL in there? I do not like that dude. To me, that was not a good decision. I mean, yeah, you put JBL on there because, you know, he was the longest reigning WWE champion in SmackDown history or whatever. So, I guess it makes sense. I just don't like JBL. I mean, the dude says Ziggler instead of Ziggler. That's just my thing. It messes a lot of words up, but in Raw, we've got Corey Graves coming up to sit with Michael Cole and Byron Saxton. I like Corey Graves. You listen to him on NXT, it's always, pretty interesting. He's really good at what he does, so no real problems there. So, Battleground. I have not done my Battleground predictions yet, and this is why. I'm not watching it. I'm just ready for this brand split. I think they should have done the draft after Battleground. I don't know. I just like it. There's one match I want to see on Battleground. No, actually two if you count the main event. But it is the Wyatts versus New Day. And then, of course, the triple threat main event. Everything else is like, I don't care. Miz and Darren Young. I don't see Darren Young winning. So, Rusev and Zack Ryder, come on. I know you don't see Zack Ryder being Rusev. Come on now. You know that one. So, the Divas match. There's supposed to be a mystery tag partner for Sasha. A lot of people are saying Bayley. I think that'd be cool. But if she didn't get drafted, why would she come up now? I mean, I guess. That could be a possibility. It might be. Or I've heard Nikki Bella might be coming back soon. Or she might just be done. Who knows? I don't like Nikki Bella, so I don't care. Just who cares? So, I think that pretty much just wraps up WWE. We're gonna split this up by company when we do podcasts. We'll talk about WWE for a little while, TNA, ROH, Lucha Underground, anything that I see that's big news coming into this week's podcast. Now, TNA this week was good. It's their first night on Thursdays since they've been on Pop TV. Their numbers do rise up a little bit since they moved to Thursdays. So it pays off a little bit that their first night on Thursdays, even with some people might not remember they're on Thursdays. All them people remember it. Maybe it goes up quite a bit more. So I think that's pretty cool that the numbers went up some. As Lashley, man, double champion. I said it on Twitter, and I said it as I was purchasing his new shirt yesterday. The dude's about to be double champion. So, maybe, I don't know, I usually go to Google and, search up, wrestling news. This is what this channel's basically become now, is wrestling and wrestling news. So I usually go and look up each things, and been looking up TNA as of late. There's been a lot of articles on the Moose. He supposedly signed a 2-year deal. Okay, they got him around TNA for 2 years. That's pretty, that's a good win for them. Get him in Slammiversary and Bound for Glory in 2 years. And that they had Bound for Glory in September. And they were thinking, wait, is it in October or September? They were thinking about moving it because Backlash was on that day. And I think they got an official date set for Bound for Glory because they didn't want to go toe-to-toe with Backlash, and I don't see why they would try. TNA, ever since the final deletion, their numbers have been, pretty good. The best it's been so far. And I don't think it's the time to try to make a move against big major WWE pay-per-view. And, I don't think they're going to be able to do something like that until they get another big star on the roster. How much I love EC3, and then Lashley now, man. Just a beast. And then I think Moose is there. There's a lot of stars, but I think they're going to need that one big time star to pull more people in to watch. To be honest, if you're a wrestling fan, you watch this show, because I know wrestling fans watch WWE, but most wrestling fans, like the casual wrestling fans, are probably mostly what make up WWE's audience and attendance. They just want something to do that night, so they're going to go watch it or go to the stadium. Like, hardcore wrestling fans for WWE, I'm pretty sure most of them watch TNA or ROH, New Japan or something like that. It's just the casual fans that don't really know what they're talking about, and the ones that are most of the time shitting all over everything anybody else does. Now, I don't probably want to talk about the negativity too much in this. I think last Saturday I did a match between Broken Matt and Bray Wyatt, and I wanted to talk about it more because I was going to do a podcast last Saturday, but I didn't have time, and now that I'm maybe like a week late. That's tough for me to say. So I want to talk about it now. Don't really care. After what Matt Hardy did Thursday when Jeff jumped that jump or whatever, and he misses it, and he's standing there looking and smiling while Jeff's flying in the air. I'm like, this dude's crazy. This dude is absolutely crazy. Now, if you want to be serious with this, a lot of people, they copied them because it was Impact's on Tuesday, and then it was on Tuesday, and then that Monday they come back with this compound match. Of course, people are going to think that you copied them. That is way too close together. Now, I think that I don't think they tried to copy them. They copied them, but they didn't because it was so serious. Way too serious. Why was it too serious? I don't think they really went for serious in the final deletion, let's be honest. And anything they've done with Matt Hardy. He put a video out on his YouTube channel, and he couldn't say, I think it was synonym, and he broke character to see if he said it right. Like, I don't know, they're coming out here letting Matt Hardy have fun with this, and I think that's why it works so much. And I think the people who don't like it are the ones that are not open-minded about wrestling. They don't want things to change. They want it to be the same old PG voodoo butt crap forever. So those people are not going to like what Matt Hardy's doing. But the dude is brilliant. He's marketing. He's marketing genius. You think about it. I mean, he did that whole thing at his house where he's like, Brother Nero, I knew you'd come. That part, the very first part, he did that. I mean, it was so bad. Like, when it first happened, oh my God, I was like, when I saw him, I was like, what is this? And then after almost 1 million people watched it on YouTube, Matt Hardy sitting back laughing like it worked. It got people to show up for the final deletion, and it's gotten a lot of people back to TNA. So I think that's pretty cool. Good job for Matt Hardy, but I don't know. I didn't want this to be a super long podcast or a very, very short one from our first one. We're like close to 20 minutes, but we're not right at 20 minutes. I know next week's podcast, I would like it to be, close to 30 minutes. This one's not going to be that because it's our first one, and I just didn't know what to talk about. But we're going to go into match of the week. Match of the week. This was tough. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose killed it on SmackDown. They had a better match on SmackDown than they did Raw, I would say. But to me, you could not compare to that cage match Bobby Lashley and Eddie Edwards had. I mean, it was so good. And you could probably throw one of the matches from Lucha Underground in this week, since it was part 3 of Ultima Lucha. They had a good match. Monster Montanza versus Pentagon Jr., Prince Puma versus Rey Mysterio Jr. Those matches were good. I've not watched ROH yet. It comes on Saturday nights where I live. A lot of people get it on Wednesday nights. I don't get it on Wednesday nights. People who get on Wednesday nights lucky, I'd say. But let me know your match of the week. Let me know what you thought of the first podcast. Like, subscribe, and comment. And I am out. Thank you so much for watching.